Everyone loves to talk about great dungeon masters. They create interesting mysteries and puzzles. They build compelling stories and magical worlds. They facilitate epic moments between players, and you want in on it. You want to be a dungeon master. Or none of your friends wanted to do it, so you're stuck frantically watching YouTube videos trying to prepare. But in either case, do you have what it takes? Do you have the skills? Is it the right role for you? First, let's quickly talk about what a Dungeon Master's job is. The Dungeon Master's Guide describes the DM as the creative force behind the game. You create a world for the players to explore, you create adventures to drive a story, you create challenges and obstacles to put in front of the players for them to overcome. You also operate as the narrator and referee. So what skills are required to fill this role? What makes a good Dungeon Master? Some people compare the Dungeon Master to authors or storytellers, architects, and even actors. But you don't need to be any of those things in order to be a good Dungeon Master. If writing cool story arcs and world building isn't your thing, they have pre-written modules for that. If you're not an expert at improv or a professional voice actor, that's fine. Don't get me wrong, those skills will help you enhance your game and enhance the gaming experience for the players, but none of that is required in order to be a good Dungeon Master. The main thing you need to be able to do as a Dungeon Master is understand what is fun for your table. And I specify your table because every table is different. One table may love the idea of a gritty combat-focused campaign where you have to approach every situation tactfully and manage resources, while another table might think that that game sounds super boring. Which is why a session 0 is really important, because it can help set expectations and help you, the Dungeon Master, understand what your players find fun and what they want out of a campaign. But even after the session 0, it's still important to continue to get feedback from your players and understand what parts of your sessions they like, what parts they don't like, what things are frustrating. And as you continue to get feedback from your players, you can better understand them and use that to mold your future games to better fit your table and your players. Because when you can truly understand what your players find fun, and I don't mean like generically, my players like combat, but what about combat they enjoy? What are the feelings that they have during combat that they like? Is it triumphing over their enemies, outsmarting their opponents, or that pseudo adrenaline rush of almost losing a character? When you can understand all of that and truly understand what your players find fun, and you learn to implement that into your games, you will be a great Dungeon Master.